Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Logan Landers, and today we're going to be talking about a very special interview with my guy, Fago Franklin III. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, no problem, man. It's great how I was able to get you on the show because what I usually do, guys, to get guests on the show, I just go into every and any Facebook group, see if anyone wants to come on. And I was just going through some of my old notifications. I'm like, dang, I remember hitting this guy up and he responded, but I've just been so busy, man, with this pandemic. I've been trying to get so many people on. But man, I'm glad I was able to connect with you because once I started looking over your Facebook profile and stuff like that, man, you are a very talented individual who's done a lot in this crazy sports media world. And I'm happy to get you on, man, so you can talk about your experiences.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. And I like to just inspire different individuals, not just in my field, but just in life in general, just to go after their dreams and make it happen. It's all about dedication, being devoted, and having a purpose for what you do.
Right. Yeah, man. You got to be dedicated, especially in the sports media, because it's a dog eat dog world, man. They throw you in the deep end, and you just got to figure out your way to survive. But we're trying to get it going. We're surviving. We got this. But but I gotta get a little bit of promotion out the way, guys. So if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We also have our podcast, thanks to the Believe Podcast Network. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher, or anywhere you like to have your audio experience. We will be uploading this video tonight to all of our channels, and we'll be uploading to our official Instagram as well. Short little clip over there. So be sure to check us out on all that. And if you guys ever want to come on the show, just leave a comment and I will hit you up and we will get something figured out. So let's get to this interview, man. I'm excited for this. So first off, Fago, let me just go back to the beginning here. Let me know, first off, what made you want to get into the sports media?
Honestly, it was God, to be honest. Like, I'm a man of faith first and foremost. So in 2012, I was just going through a rough time around that time. And, I saw my sister graduate a day before my birthday, which was my birthday gift. She graduated college, Norfolk State. And I seen her graduate. And I'm like, I had credits because I was already, I was a transfer student. Right. And I just couldn't find a college that fit me. And I was just all over the place just trying to figure out a career path. So, it went from, English teacher to psychology to, wanting to be a criminologist. So, I asked the good Lord, I was like, me and him actually had a good conversation. And I was asking him, could he give me a career in which is something I would never want to walk away from and something I love each and every day. Ironically, it's been sports. I played basketball. I played football. I ran track in my heyday. And sports is just like that, icebreaker for any and everybody, especially males. You just go up to somebody and be like, hey, what's your favorite team? Or if somebody's wearing a jersey that you like, oh, I like your team. And it just starts a conversation. And so anyways, in 2012, got the opportunity to get myself back into school. And then afterwards, in 2012, I got my first internship with In Lacrosse We Trust. So it was a lacrosse team. So I was like, yeah, nobody watches lacrosse. So I'm like, it gave me this passion. And it I had done a lot of research on lacrosse because I was not knowledgeable at that time.
Right.
So, I did an internship with them for a year. Now, 2013 was like my breakout year into sports. So I was interning with Pro Players Insiders. They cover NFL all year round.
Right.
So I actually got to cover it was a performance with Keith Urban. So yeah, it was crazy because I had a credentials and I didn't know the type of access that I had. So, I was talking with the security guard and I had the credentials wrapped around me. They was like, oh, well, you can go through the back door where Keith Urban is at. And I'm like, really? And
I get there?
Yeah, it's crazy because I saw so many NFL players that I used to watch on television, and they were like people. And so it gave me that purpose and passion, and sports have always been something that I'm very passionate about. I could sit there and, talk about basketball, football, NASCAR, anything. So it was just I'm very passionate about what I've done. And I'm driven. I'm devoted, dedicated, and I'm driven, and that is basically why I've been able to be successful in this industry for 8 years.
Yeah, that's crazy how a lot of us kind of get started. Is we grow up playing sports, like you said. You played basketball. I played baseball myself, and it just doesn't work out. That's just how it is for some people. But you always like to do what you love. And as soon as I got done playing sports, which was around like freshman year of high school, I was like, I kind of knew right then. I'm like, okay, I can't play sports anymore. Might as well talk about it, because I always would watch games. I'd always watch highlights on YouTube or anywhere, and I would just be like, man, if these legendary sports commentators, if they can do it, how come I can't? So that just kind of made me realize, like, I can do this. I can grow, and if I can just go and talk about what I love, which is just any kind of sports, then I knew I could be successful. And I know I'm just getting started in this field, but I'm with you, man. I got the determination and the drive to get there one day, to get to those backstage passes, like you said, to see all those players at that Keith Urban concert, and to cover some really big events, which I'm about to get with you in a second. So I was, we got this interview, I was doing some research on your Facebook, man. And I saw that you were able to go to a Super Bowl or two a couple of years ago. Why don't you let the fans know at home know about that one?
Oh man, it was a blessing. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, so covering the Super Bowl in 2018, that was my first Super Bowl. I covered as a sports reporter, and actually got to cover and see my team actually win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Was just a phenomenal experience. It was blood, sweat, tears, everything. And, when we actually won the Super Bowl, I sat there in the stands and cried for 2 minutes, because a lot of people didn't know my story. Like, I moved all the way to Washington State. I'm originally from Virginia. So it took me 416 applications, 26 different interviews, made it to the third round 3 times in order for someone to say, hey, I want you to be a reporter for me at a news station. I was with that news station for maybe like 4 months, and they decided to let me go. Everything had fell apart all at once. I had to sleep in my car, and I was still grinding. I had 2 jobs, trying to just figure this thing out. And, don't know anybody in Washington State. And just to, have that experience during Super Bowl was just amazing, because I worked at 2 jobs, and I was still interning for 3 different companies while, traveling back and forth.
Right.
And so when I got to that Super Bowl, because that was my 5-year plan, that was the last thing on my list that I wanted to cover in 5 years. I actually got to cover it going into my 6th year. So it technically walks into the 5.5 year, 6 year mark. But that was my long-term goal, was to cover a Super Bowl. And what is it's an amazing blessing to cover your first Super Bowl in a 5.5 year span, not only cover it, but your team actually win a Super Bowl, and you was there to celebrate. So at 2018 was my first Super Bowl. This year I covered my 3rd Super Bowl with the Chiefs. So it was crazy, because it came full circle. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I love Andy Reid, and he finally won himself a Super Bowl. He has 2 Super Bowls. One as, I think, an assistant coach with Green Bay.
Right.
And he as a full a head coach, he finally won his Super Bowl ring, and it became a full circle experience for me.
Yeah, man, that's an amazing story you just said, man. All those job applications just turned away, all those internships, living in your car at one point, man. I'm happy that you're here now, man, that you're in a nice house, you're covering the sport you love, and you're also doing a little bit of public relations work as well, I remember you telling me. But first, we got a little comment here. Jonathan Simmons, keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Jonathan.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So I know, so like I was saying, about that public relations stuff, what all you got on store with that? Because I know you touched with me on that a little bit beforehand. What all you got cooking up over there?
Oh, man. So I'll just tell you a little backstory a little bit. Yeah. Ironically, in 2019, when I covered the Super Bowl, I knew a lot of people. I know, like I tell people in the industry, you want to kind of get matched up with publicists and build a rapport with publicists, sports agents, and executive people. You got to be consistent. You got to be devoted, and you got to always contact them and always do positive stories on their clients. So anyways, there was an event that Michael Vick was going to be at. So they was like, hey, Fago, do you know anybody? And I'm like, I know all these publicists. Let me, contact my publicists or whatever like that. Maybe their clients can come out to this event. So I helped out with the Michael Vick event as well as Lawrence Teller. So I had like a couple of people, contacting me to get their clients or either just to, get in that event. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, I was like, this is easy. Marketing to me has become a little bit easier.
Right. With social media.
Yes. Because I know how to, as a journalist, you have to market yourself in the right way. Like how you're speaking with me and doing this interview, you had to promote it. That's a little bit of ways of marketing. And then you got to throw it up on your social media platforms. And then you got to engage with your viewership. Yep. That's marketing. And so anyways, I was like, marketing is easy. And so people were always coming to me because now I'm not just a reporter. I know a lot of people that want to go to these different events like Oscars, Grammys, ESPYs, different things of that nature. And I have those type of connections. So a lot of people wanted to get involved with me. And it's like, all right, I see your brand. And now I know how to get you and maneuver to get you media exposure with getting on podcasts, getting on radio stations, getting in the media eye, and not only getting the media eye, but also getting you to these different events so you can tell your story to get you your brand out there a little bit more, to get your face out there so people can know who you are and you can become a household face. And it just became easy. So, 2019, walking in 2020, my first client was actually a rugby player, Santia Deck. I got her to like 6 different SB events in 1 week. And, yes. And so I've been very blessed not only to help people out, but for people that help me out as well, too, because establishes those relationships within publicists, they have helped me out with getting my clients to different events. So that's how I kind of walked into public relations. And a lot of people, trust me because, as you stated before, they see the pictures, they see the videos, they see me constantly doing interviews, with A-list or B-list people, and they want to be involved with that. And so, I give them a set price and I tell them exactly, what I can do for them. And here I am as a reporter, journalist, and everything. That's why, my editor gave me the nickname Superman, because I do it all.
That's the thing too, is that, it's one thing to have a nice, go to a nice college, you have great grades and all that. But especially in this line of work, you got to have experience. You got to have videos. You got to have interviews, pictures, et cetera, regardless of what kind of subfield you want to go into, whether it's public relations, whether it's broadcast journalism or anything like that, whether it's reporting for a newspaper or a website or something. You just got to go and you got to have experience. You got to do these. You got to make as many videos as you can. You got to promote yourself as much as possible. I remember I was watching a YouTube video with Stephen A. Smith, and he was saying that he didn't have the best grades coming out of high school, but he had over like 300 articles for his high school paper, which got him onto a bigger deal. And so that's really the big kind of key in this field that I've learned, and I'm sure you have too, is that while yes, having that nice grades and all that kind of stuff, having a nice college degree and all that's good and well, it's more about who you know and how you market yourself or your brand to all these different publicists or editors or anything along those lines, and that's how you really get your foot in the door.
And I agree, and I tell a lot of reporters, because I personally got myself in debt with getting myself back into school. I'm $55,000 in debt, and a degree don't mean, to me honestly, a degree don't mean anything, because a lot of people walk into being a reporter or a writer. You have to just know how to write. As a reporter, they don't go off of just degrees. They go off of your real. So you have to be personable. You have to show that you ask the tough questions, that you actually have a personality about you. It has nothing to do with your grades or your degree. It has everything it's basically like customer service, how you treat people, the questions that you ask. And are you different from anybody else in the field? You have to ask the unique questions, because like right now we're walking into, the NBA draft. Everybody's talking about, free agency or the NBA draft. But a lot of people are forgetting about the featured stories, because the stories behind the background of these individuals is actually going to get them seen. And it's more so of an intriguement, because that's how you intrigue other people. It's like, I don't know this kid, but this kid's story is beautiful. Like, and it intrigues the person, and that's how they get their followers, just on that backstory. So I tell a lot of folks that, you have to be dedicated, devoted, and you have to accept rejection and let rejection mold you into the person that you have to be.
Yeah, it's good to have those questions where you're not going to ask the most basic questions, like you were saying with the draft. Yeah, it's always fun to talk about who do you think is going to be the number one pick and whatnot. But if you look at it from a different perspective, you might go to this guy who's at a D2 school who might be going in to get drafted, and he might have this amazing story, but no one knows about it. So if you go and if you dig this guy up and you talk about him and he end up, going into a major team one day and contributing, you could be like, hey, I covered this guy before anyone even knew who he was. And then that's how you just build credibility and credibility. Yeah, it's fun to look at, kind of like the glass half full mentality, but you got to look behind it as well. You got to look at some of the other, the water droplets that kind of fell off. And that's kind of the fun thing about this, just this kind of crazy roller coaster that we're on, is that we have access to all this kind of stuff now with social media and whatnot. You can go and you can look up someone's stats, and that's fine and all. But to really kind of get those good, heartfelt stories and whatnot, you really got to connect with those people. You got to be friendly. You got to be able to get their trust. And that's how you get the good stories that people end up looking at. It's like, man, that's a great story that I learned about this guy who I would have never heard of, but I want to see him do good one day.
And I definitely agree. And that's how, you build up that rapport with publicists because of doing positive stories on their clients. And that's what's going to get you in the door.
That's it, man. Well, I know you said that you had a few questions for me about some of the sports going on. So what you got for me?
Man. So first and foremost, do you think Tampa Bay is going to actually go far in the playoffs if they get there?
You can never discount Tom Brady. I'll go with that. That man is one of, if not the best quarterback of all time. It's like with basketball. There's always going to be a who's the greatest of all time debate. There's never a right answer. It's always someone's opinion. But Tampa Bay, they are heating up a little bit, and everyone expected them just kind of come out the gates blazing hot, and that wasn't the case. They had a few stumbles along the way, but now they're starting to heat up some, and with Brady, Gronkowski, and everyone else on that squad, it's hard to count them out.
And I'm going to say yes and no because you have to. Yeah, I see the offense. The offensive, the offense that they have is superb. However, their defense is very suspect. They give away way too many points. I think they're letting opponents get over like 25 a game. Yep. They need to kind of stiffen that up. And then you still got Drew Brees out there, and they're starting to hit their stride too. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Right. So
I did just see that Drew Brees has like multiple rib fractures and I think a collapsed lung or something insane like that. So who knows if he's gonna come back, later in the season or whatnot. But we saw, the other night with Jameis Winston, he came in for the first time in what seems like forever. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer as well. He came in. And so my question to you now, do you think that if Brees is out for an extended period of time, do you think that either Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill can take over for that starting quarterback spot and maintain, the winning ways that they've been on?
Yes. We saw what Winston has done with Tampa Bay over his years when he got drafted there. He's a pretty decent quarterback. Right. Taysom Hill, of course, he's the MVP of everything. Yeah. So you can line him up as a wide receiver. You can line him up. You can have like a package deal for him. It's going to be more so of a heavy dosage of Alvin Kamara. Heavy dosage of them. They're going to just probably make the plays a little bit simpler. But I think they can definitely get it done. And we're in the second half of the season. How far do they honestly have to drop off? Like they already beat Tampa Bay. So if they end up, tying up, the Saints actually will win that division because they beat them twice.
Yeah, that's a good point there, especially with how you mentioned the defense for Tampa Bay and how it hasn't been on par. That's just really all of football this season, whether it's college or the NFL. It seems like defenses have just never hit their stride for the most part, and that's just in part due to all the COVID restrictions early on in the year. That's where guys really kind of get in the dirty work and learn about how they line up in coverages and where to go for zones and man coverages and stuff like that. And they were missed a few weeks with that, and they're still trying to play the game of catch up. And that's hard when you're playing against really high caliber teams, whether you're in, NCAA with the Alabamas in the world or the Clemsons and stuff like that, or if you're in the NFL with some of the most, those Steelers and the Saints and the Buccaneers, like we just mentioned.
And I definitely agree. I mean, it has been a shortened season. And then you have different lineups with people testing for COVID or whatever like that. So that kind of messes up the chemistry as well, too. Especially down in New England. New England, I see a glimpse of New England right now. I love what they did last night against the Ravens. They kind of completely shut them down. Lamar Jackson had nowhere to go, and they stopped the explosive team. I'm thinking of this is the first time in this season that New England actually looked pretty decent against a team that is over 500. Most of the teams that they won against were, if I'm not mistaken, below 500. And they kind of struggled. They struggled with the Jets.
Yeah, if you're struggling against the Jets, that's how you know it's almost time to hit the panic button. But New England did show something to me the other night against that win against the Ravens, like you said. It showed that they're not just going to lay down. They're fighting. Cam Newton, he's starting to get a little bit of his swag back that he had back in the Carolina days, which is good. And Bill Belichick's one of the best coaches of all time. That's without a shadow of a doubt. I know people, when the Patriots were losing a few games, they were questioning his ability, but you can never take out Belichick, no matter what the situation he's in. He's always going to be one of the most strategic head coaches in all of football. And to kind of go along with some of the better head coaches right now, let's not talk about Tomlin out in Pittsburgh. He's been absolutely tremendous with that team since his tenure there. He's not had a losing record. And I believe it's 14 or 15 seasons, and he's leading the Steelers to an undefeated year so far. So my question, do you think that the Steelers can go undefeated this year?
I don't believe in them. The Steelers, every year, the Steelers somehow mess up in the second half of the season. Ben Roethlisberger has been taking way too many hits. And he's 37, 38, somewhere around there?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. I don't think that his body can take that many hits. They're doing pretty well. It's just they're not the team to beat. The team to beat in the AFC is, of course, the Chiefs. Yep. Then you have Baltimore. They could put up points on you just like that. However, we have a sneaky team in Miami.
Yep.
And I'm just like, that team, since Tua has took over, has exploded as far as their offense is concerned. They are hitting all different cylinders, special teams, defense, as well as their offense. And they look unstoppable as of right now. And you still can't count out, the Bills with Josh Allen.
Yeah. I know they had that tough loss the other night with that amazing Hail Mary play with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. But, yeah, don't worry, though. The Bills, while that was a heartbreaking loss, they're still a very good team, still one of the better defensive clubs in football right now. And Josh Allen, while he's not in – I don't think he's going to win the MVP this season. He is still he's proving his worth. He's showing that he's not a bust or anything like that. He's proven that he is a good quarterback for this Bills system. And if the Bills can keep it up, we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a race between – I do like your pick, though, between the Bills and the Dolphins, who are getting better and better with Tua each week. And, look, I'm just happy for Tua, man, because, I mean, we've seen how he was at Alabama and how he was able to show out there. And it's cool to see him do the same thing in the NFL in such an early stage in his career.
And I definitely agree. He's been through so many different obstacles in his life. I mean, just coming off that injury where, people were, complaining, oh, well, why is he so high in the draft? Why people are going to grab him? Because a lot of people thought he was going to drop down a little bit. Instead of going, he was fifth?
Yes, I believe fifth.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
I think they took him at fifth. But, they felt like, somebody else was going to take him in the later rounds. But he ended up getting the opportunity, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has definitely been a decent quarterback this year.
Yep.
And it was kind of uncertain that they made the QB switch, when it was clicking. But we're starting to see that Miami is nothing to be playing with. Because, again, that defense is nice, but Tua is something about Tua and that magic. Right. We could sit here and talk about Patrick Mahomes' magic, but can we start to talk about Tua magic out there?
We might be. Yeah, we might have to see, but yeah, Tua's definitely made that team turn into a rocket ship, only going up and up. So we'll have to see how that's going to pan out. So we're going into the NFL. Like I said, we're on the downhill slope here. Do you have any games coming up this week in Week 11 that you're looking forward to?
I haven't even checked the schedule, to be honest, because right, I've been super busy with my clients and things.
Understandable.
Yeah. But tell me something.
All right. Well, how about this? How about any team that you're looking forward to prove something this weekend?
Oh man, I want to see. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I want to see. If we have just an up and down year. Carson Wentz did not look the same. I want to see exactly how he's going to come out, in the next game. And we talked about the MLB most valuable player race. I think Wilson had just basically tossed himself out.
Right, I'm with you on
that. He
that.
had 2 horrible games. I want to see if he redeems himself first and foremost, and how I want to sit there and say the top 3 right now is Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers just been lights out.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think. What's Lamar Jackson? I think he's top 5, but But it's another guy. I can't think of the other guy out there. But far as teams to watch out or look out for, Packers, of course, you can't count them out. No. And I love that kid down in LA, the Chargers.
Oh, Justin Herbert.
Huh?
Justin Herbert?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That young man is growing. Yeah. I wish he would have went to the Broncos. That's the quarterback right there.
Yeah.
Because Drew Lock he's
not showing out. He's not looking the best right now. And that's how Denver's been ever since the Peyton Manning days have been over. They just have not been able to get a solid quarterback, and they've struggled since their Super Bowl win all those years ago. Man, and go ahead.
They all right. You're forgetting about one person. They let him go, even though he was not the traditional quarterback. Why would you let Tim Tebow go? He's still a winner. He's still winning you games. Yep. It's like Rex Grossman. The Bears had so much faith in Rex Grossman. Rex Grossman had a passer rating of 30.5. Horrible. But they have faith in him.
Yeah. Quarterback's the toughest position to judge in the National Football League. That's always, you either get a gem like a Tom Brady, or you can get a bunch of busts. That's just how it is. But one matchup that I'm looking forward to this weekend, as I'm going back out to the AFC West, man, I'm talking about the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one there because the Raiders were able to beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. So
first loss, yep.
So my thing is that, do you think that if the Raiders can pull it out once again against the Chiefs, do you think they could potentially catch them and get that lead in the West?
Oh, no. The Chiefs are just way too explosive, to be honest. The thing with the Chiefs is they just had too much firepower on that offensive line, as well as their offense. But their defense, again, give up way too many points. Their defense is suspect. But you just got to outscore them. It's like how we was looking at the 2008, New Orleans Saints. 2008 New Orleans Saints was just, had a stacked offense. You just got to outscore them. Same thing with the Chiefs this year. You just got to outscore them. So if Carr can be like he was in the game that they won, they gave the Chiefs the first loss,
right,
and do not turn the ball over, because Carr, he turns the ball over at times.
Yep, that is true.
And I understand he's the gunslinger, has that gunslinger mentality, but he has to be mistake-free. If he can stay mistake-free and actually score with the Chiefs, that's what gave them the victory in general, because they scored. Every time the Chiefs scored, they scored right back. Then they stopped them.
Yep.
Then they got a couple turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. But honestly, no.
I might have just thrown that one out there as a Raiders fan, or so, just to get your opinion on it. But in my personal opinion, I do think that Josh Jacobs is still one of the most kind of slept on running backs in the league. He's he's been very solid since he's been in the NFL, and I think he's finally starting to get a little bit more recognition as one of the top backs, and especially at such a young age. I love watching his style of play. He's able to hit the holes, and he's got really good speed and elusiveness as well. So we're all the Raiders fans out there who are watching this. Y'all got some good potential out there. We're doing good.
Yes. Now let me ask you a question.
What you got?
All right. So what inspired you to actually get into sports media?
Man, like I said earlier, I played baseball growing up, and once I learned I just couldn't cut it anymore, I was like, all right, well, if I can't play, might as well talk about it. I'd always sit and watch baseball games, mostly Braves games here in Georgia. But once I started kind of studying the game and studying all the commentators who were really big to me, like Vince Scully was one of my favorites, Pat Summerall, all those kind of older kind of legends who've paved the way. Mm-hmm. And even like now you see guys like Pat McAfee, who's kind of transcending it in a whole different kind of way. It's just it's really intriguing to me. And that's what we want to get into this, is just talk about the games that I love and talk about, potentially trying to get interviews with certain players or just get my foot in the door, just anywhere, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, etc. I just love it. Like I said, I'm in it for the thrill and the love of the game. That's all I got for it.
And I'm sorry if you actually watched or either covered the Braves. I'm sorry about that, my friend. Like,
hey, we got the MVP, so it's all good. It's a moral victory. I'll take it.
Y'all didn't get that World Series, and it's crazy because, ironically, I covered my first World Series virtually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I cover the Dodgers from time to time, and so the Dodgers, the Dodgers were unbelievable. That guy Mookie Betts. Yeah, like, and their offense is just crazy. But yeah, like I've been branching out to more so MLB. Like, I'm a diehard Chicago Cubs fan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watch all type of sports or whatever like that. But I know we have a maximum minute of 40 minutes. I'm looking at the time. But anyways, I want to give you some words of encouragement.
What you got, man?
Yeah, just being in this field. Or anybody just in life. I know this is a unique time for everybody. We're just going through a pandemic. We're going through this together. We just need to love and encourage each other. For people that are dreamers, never stop dreaming. Never stop going after your goals. Never, let anybody define who you are or what you're trying to do and whatever you're trying to do. And I tell people all the time, when there's rejection, you just have to adapt and overcome that rejection, because that time wasn't meant for you. Rejection is just the start of being devoted to create and perfect your craft. So this time is a unique time for everybody. So you just got to say, adjust it, adapt it, and just love each other.
Hey, that's some powerful words, man. Well, Fago, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I had a great time talking to you, man. Do you have anything you'd like to promote before we get out of here?
Oh, yes. If you want to actually follow my sports journey or just my journalist journey in general, you can follow me on my Facebook. My Facebook is Fago, Fago, White Franklin III. You can follow me on my Instagram, which is SuperJournalist87. You can follow me on my LinkedIn, Fago Franklin III, or hell, you can just Google me and everything pops up. So, but thank you for having me on the show. And I definitely look forward to seeing, what you can do in the sports media field.
I appreciate it, man. Well, I had a blast having you on today and talk to you a little bit about the games that we love. So without further ado, guys, if you guys enjoyed this interview with Fago White Franklin III, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Be sure to listen to our podcast as well, which will be up live tonight on Spotify, Apple, Google, and any other audio experience that you enjoy listening to. Also, be sure to check out our Facebook, our YouTube, and our Twitch as well, and our Instagram, where we post clips about every video that we do today. Be sure to check out the rest of our videos coming up today. We have our Dallas Weekly segment. We have a Legend segment with our guy Bobby Butler. And, of course, Mr. Football Vincent Turner and Kevin the Bull Jones are all going to be coming to you guys live in just a little bit later today. So for my guest, Fago White Franklin III, I'm your host, Logan Landers, and you've been watching 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. We'll be seeing you guys a little bit later on the day. See ya.
All right, God bless.